I am walking today. You all got lucky because my car is in the shop and, well, it's not ready yet, so I wasn't able to go home on lunch. So y'all get me out in this sweltering heat again. But I'm getting my exercise in, so yeah. Okay. A minute or two and let some others trickle in here. Actually, not too bad of a day today. Kind of hot, but it's not too bad, I guess. Although, where I have been at the beach and it's been in the 90s but feels triple digits, I guess that's why low 80s doesn't feel too bad right now. Okay, I'm gonna cross this bridge here and then we can get chatting. So hang on, because I don't want to get ran over by a car. Okay, now I'm in a safe zone. So, vacation. I have been missing for like a week. Not long enough though, honestly, especially because, see, for those of you that don't know, when we go on vacation, it's a family vacation, and there's 10 of us. It's my mom, my stepdad, and then well, not all, but a lot of my siblings. If it was all of them, there would be 20 of us. But there was 9 of us going this time. And so think of that many people in 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, which is a lot nicer for baths than what we have at home, because we only have 1 between 10 people. But yeah, so 9 people, and each bedroom has 2 beds. So had to share a bed. But not only that, about halfway through, my cousins wanted to come join us. So it went from 9 to 14 people. So I don't know if you can call it much of a vacation, considering most of them were our kids and very the kind that doesn't listen and likes drama. So it was kind of hard to relax. But yeah. So anyway, it's like a 7 or 8 hour car ride down there. That's if we get lucky and don't hit traffic and everything. And on the way down, it was fine. I slept like most of it. And when we got there, we got to enjoy the beach and all the shops and everything. I found several shark teeth. That was fun. Actually, I found a lot of shark teeth. I found probably like 10 while we were down there. And so we hit up a lot of shops in the beginning just because, well, we wanted to go ahead and get it out of the way. So we went to this big shark store, and the entrance is like a whole shark, so you're walking through the shark's mouth. And went to a gator store. They had gator jerky, which I've never had, but I wanted to try. But there was no expiration date on there, and I wasn't going to test that because I'm like, I've never had gator before, and I don't want it to get me sick just from being expired and then me not like it. But yeah, so we did all our shopping, and then we came back and we went to the beach. There were no sharks this time, so I didn't get to be shark bait. Because as y'all know, pretty much every time we've gone, there's been some sort of incident with a shark. And it's usually me. Like, one of the times we went, there was a shark coming. And it wasn't, like, coming towards us, but it was, like, in our general area. And my mom and stepdad were, like, panicking. They're, like, trying to wave us in, saying, "Shark, shark, shark." And so short me is trying to, like, run in the water towards the sand. And of course my taller brothers will not help, because that's just how they are, and I step in a hole and I'm face planting in the water and trying to get out, and yeah, everybody's just laughing, and I'm just like, why? and then there was a time that my brothers were out there in the waves, and we were playing what we call over and under, or over or under, whatever. And basically we jump over the wave if the person says over, and we dive through the wave if the person says under. But we take turns, and the person doesn't normally say till like last second. So if you don't do it right, then you lost that round. We don't really keep track of anything. It's just for fun. But so I don't remember who said it. But said under, and we were jumping through the waves, and I think we were by the name. Might not have been. I might have just been out there just jumping waves. But anyway, I dove through this wave, and I felt something on my hair, and I was thinking it was just like a little crab or something, because that's kind of what it felt like, because I've had some crabs go by in the waves before, and you can kind of feel them, or some fish brush you, so you feel that there's something there. So I come out of the wave, and they're motioning me in, and I'm like, what's going on? They said there were 3 sharks in that wave, and they were like 5 feet each, and that I dove straight and almost headbutted a shark. Like, they're literally, like, that's what I felt on my hair, was a shark. So yeah, they've called me shark bait since then, because every time we go to the beach, there's some sort of shark incident of some kind. Although surprisingly this time there was none. Did find a lot of shark teeth though. We didn't see any dolphins this time either. Normally we can see several dolphins in the morning, like jumping around. We did find a starfish, and I moved it deeper in the water because it was getting kind of shallow where it was. And of course, all my siblings were scared to touch it. Oh no! Will it bite me? Will it sting me? You know how kids do. And it was one of those like orange ones. I don't know if they're like tiger starfish or what. But it was like orange and like frilly on the edges. And yeah, so there was that. And let's see, there were a whole bunch of crabs this go around. There was a giant ghost crab that we took a video of, and some pictures, and I saved it from a kid because there was some sort of, there was some sort of kid that was like messing with it, and I don't know if they're water crabs or not, or if they're the ones that like die if they're like completely submerged in the water. But this kid kept like stomping in front of it, trying to like stomp on it, I guess, or scare it one. And he kept like, the crab kept like backing into the water, and he had originally started way up on the beach. So I took our shovel that we had, and I went down there towards the waves, and I scooped it up right in front of him, and I just walked away with the crab. It's like, yoink, mine, thank you. And he went on to go terrorize something else. I don't know. No idea where his parents were. But I brought the crab up, and everybody was freaking out. They're like, it's going to crawl off. It's going to crawl off. And, oh, there's Kitty Cat. You got the right idea, Kitty. Chilling in the shade. Oh, 2 kitty cats. There's one hiding. Hi, babies. Hi. Sorry, I had to say hi to the kitties. Because for those of you that don't know, I am walking right now. That's kind of why I'm bobbing around a lot. But so I saved that crab and brought it back up way into the sand. And I don't know what happened to it, but it got away from the kid, thankfully. So, let's see. What else? So when we normally go for Mom's birthday, which is July 14th. And my stepdad and I got a whole bunch of birthday presents. And we would give her some, and then we bring out more and more, and she's like, what is that? Is this like Christmas? What's going on? And that's just how I am. If I find stuff that I know people will like, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll get this for them, I'll get that for them. And see, in my house, you can't just like find something for someone and give it to them, because then everybody else is going to be like, oh, why didn't I get it? Why not me? So we have to save stuff for holidays in my house. So I had to save stuff for birthdays and Christmas and stuff like that. And also, hello, new people. Welcome. And so we kept bringing out more presents for her. And she was just like, what's going on, man? It's not Christmas. And so we got her a whole bunch of stuff. There were a couple of like necklaces and earrings from this one shark store that she really wanted, with like pearls and other gems. And so I got her a mermaid one that she'd been wanting for like 4 years now. She kept hinting at it, and my stepdad never got the hint, I guess. You know how guys are. And got her a whole bunch of turtle stuff, because she collects turtles, and she loves sunflowers. Sorry, somebody's mowing the lawn, so I'm going to turn around so you guys don't hear all that excess noise. She loves sunflowers, so I found her this sunflower bird bath, and it's a really decent sized one, especially compared to all the other like knee-high ones I was finding. And I found this tiny little turtle statue that he's like fishing with like a little metal fish on the end of his rod. And I said, that would be so cute inside the bird bath. So I got her that too. My stepdad got her a whole bunch of like plush turtles. And let's see. She got some more turtle jewelry and some... there was this one lady at one of the stores, no, it was at the market. So we went to like a flea market while we were there, and she sold like geodes and other type of gems and stuff like that. And so I found her a Squirtle one, because, I mean, he's a turtle, so you have to. Plus, I got all the other kids, like a Pokemon one, and I said, I can't leave her out. I got to get her a Squirtle. So, got her that. We got her a whole bunch more stuff, but I honestly don't remember, because there was a lot. But yeah, so we celebrated her birthday. And normally we get this, like, candle that, it's one of those, like, singing, rotating ones. And it does, like, the happy birthday tune. And the first year we got it, it would not shut up. Like, it would just go until the battery died. And we didn't know what to do or how to take the battery out at the time. So we literally like left it on the back porch, And it lasted for like 3 days before the battery finally died. And so since then we have learned how to take out the battery, thankfully. But we had pie because she didn't want cake, so we had that. And then after her birthday, that's when my cousins decided to come join us. So instead of 9 people in the house, it was 14 people. We had to blow up some air mattresses and shove several kids on those. Oh, let me tell you. Oh, this is hilarious. Okay, so my little sisters, right? Okay, one of them sleepwalks a lot. Okay, it's the older of the two. She's like 7, 8, something like that. I don't know. I have 20 siblings, okay? I cannot keep up with all of them. So the older of the two tends to sleepwalk a lot. The younger one hasn't really done that, but maybe like once in a blue moon. Well, not once, but twice on this trip did the younger one get up in the middle of the night, come not only into my bedroom, but also into my mom's bedroom, pull down her pants and try to pee. She thought she was in the bathroom, I guess, and she was, oh my gosh, Mom was just like, what are you doing? Get out of here. This is not the bathroom. Oh my gosh, she didn't even remember the next morning, and like Mom was yelling at her because she was trying to pee in the floor. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so that was not once but twice. Yeah, let's see what else can I tell you guys about from vacation? Mom and I got burnt really bad. Normally I don't burn. I kind of go straight to tanning, besides maybe like 2 or 3 smaller areas that might burn first. And I've always been lucky to have my dad's genes, because we've got Puerto Rican in us, so we've got a little bit of that Hispanic, nice tan. And well, one year we had went to Hawaii, and it felt like it was like high 60s, low 70s. Like, it felt great. It was cool. There was no humidity. But because of that, you couldn't tell exactly how hot it was. Mind you, that's what it felt like. It was in the triple digits. And we had only put on sunscreen like once because it felt nice. It felt like 60-some degrees. Well, I had burned so bad. That was the first time in my life I had ever burned like all over. And I looked like a lobster. It hurt to move. Like, I would lay down in the bed and they'd put like the aloe and stuff on me, and it would hurt to move. Like, someone would come and sit on the bed and I'd be like screaming at them. And since then, I have burned in more places than I used to. And so this go around, when we went to the beach, it was extremely hot. And we reapplied sunscreen several times, but because we had such a big supply of sunscreen and a big family, because Mom likes to buy in bulk because of that, we didn't really pay attention to the expiration dates. And I think the sunscreen was expired because we got burned really bad. And so after like the first 3 days, her and I had to kind of stay in the shade up until like the last day, which kind of sucked. I'd still go out a little bit for like a half hour here or there, but it sucked. I ended up buying a parasol from this Asian market they had, just so that way I could have some shade while we go on walks on the beach. Because at one point there was one day we walked roughly like somewhere between 7 and 10 miles that day, based on steps and like our height for our stride and stuff. Like, we did the math. Because it was roughly 7 for what it had counted, but then there was a long walk that we didn't take on, so it couldn't count that. So somewhere between 7 and 10 is my guess. And yeah, that would have been torture without the parasol with some extra shade. But yeah, it was fun this trip. I found probably like 10-ish shark teeth. One of them I think was a white one, but it broke. So I'm not for certain if it was actually a shark tooth or just one that looked like it. But I found a whole bunch of like really, really teeny tiny ones. Mostly black for all the other ones. And I found a couple of those when I went off by myself. Like, there's two different directions on the beach. There's one, you can go to one end of the beach, which leads to, because see, you're on an island. So there's one that leads, hello puppy. Hi, you guys hear that puppy barking? And so there's one that leads to one end of the beach, which ends up taking you to this, like, connecting waterway between that beach and the mainland beach, which we've swam across before, which was kind of fun. Although the current in that is strong, like you need to be a strong swimmer, otherwise it will take you. And so we've done that before. But then the other side of the beach is where the pier is, and then there's like a section after that where there's hardly anybody there. There's a couple of people that might be like fishing or something, but it's mostly just like every block or two there's some like rock formations towards the water. Sorry, people are mowing the lawn. Let me see if I can get past them so it's not too loud. But like every block or so there's rock formations and stuff, and that's where I went when I walked by myself to go find shark teeth, because it's a great catcher for shark teeth and shells. So I found two within like 5 minutes there. So that was pretty cool. And after my cousin came, because she's like me, she likes trying like new things and doing fun things, not just the same old, or, you know, sticking to just this because this is what children can do. Well, her and I, on the last night, decided to, which, by the way, sorry I didn't get to stream. I know I told you guys I was going to try to do an IRL stream of walking on the beach, but it didn't end up that way. Some things happened and we couldn't do it. Hello, puppy. Hi. Hi. That puppy from the other stream says hello. Hello. I think your name was Sadie or something, wasn't it? Yeah. Hi. You're so precious. So anyway, we unfortunately didn't get to do a lot of night walks like I wanted to, so I couldn't do IRL streams for you guys, so I apologize. Maybe in September, though, because we do go back then. I think we're going to be traveling on my birthday, though, unless that's next year, because my birthday's the 12th, and we usually travel on Saturday to Saturday. So I think we're traveling on both mine and my stepdad's birthday, because his is 19th. But anyway, we got one night walk in, and that was Friday night, the night before we left. But that night, she was taking care of dinner, because, like, you know, Mom and I, we would buy groceries and stuff, but where she was coming in and she wasn't paying for the house or anything like that, she was like, well, I'll take care of, you know, so the meals while we're there, because they were only there for, like, 2 days. And, so she got us Chinese, which was pretty good. I had beef and broccoli, and it was probably the best beef and broccoli I've had in a very, very long time. And so her and I decided to go take our meal out to the beach. And this was at like, I don't know, 9:30, 10 o'clock at night. And we decided to go take our meal out to the beach and have a picnic on the beach at night under the stars. And it was great. It was the first time I ever had a picnic on the beach, especially at night. But yeah, it was fun. We had to move our towel or blanket or whatever you want to call it like 3 or 4 times because she kept putting it on a crab hole. And I'm like, do you want to get pinched? So I wasn't scared of the crabs, but she was more so. And on our way out there, so okay, we're on the second house. Whenever we go in July, we're on the second house from the beach, and you have to like walk up this tiny pathway boardwalk thing to the beach, and it connects to the house in front of us, and they like merge into one. Well, where it merges, there's like a step that goes up onto this little bridge that goes over the dune. And it's at night, and I come out of the house, and I about fall down the stairs with the food and drinks and everything. I'm like, woo, almost missed a step, you know? And so we go down the stairs. We start walking down the boardwalk, and I turn my flash on my phone so she can see, because she's walking in front of me. And there's a lot of like sticker burrs or whatever you want to call them, like very prickly things. And so I hold my flashlight up and kind of point it down in front of her. So I'm like, I literally tell her, I say, here's a light so you can see where you're going. And like 10 seconds after that, she's looking around. She goes, you know, this would be the perfect spot for an alligator to just come in and, like in those movies. And I'm like, what? Before I could even say anything, she face plants so freaking hard because she didn't realize the step was there, and she was not looking. She was looking out like in the brush on the sides, imagining like this gator coming out. And it was hilarious. Food went flying, her drink went flying, the towel, sand everywhere. and you know, I got to thinking, I was like, you know what? At least she can't say she's old, because that's a tried and true test right there. Is if you fall and somebody laughs, you're not old. Now, if you fall and somebody gasps, you might be getting old. And so she got up. She dusted off a lot of the sand and stuff, you know. And we walk not even like 15 steps. And I take my shoes off at the top of the dune at the other side of the bridge. Because I'm like, well, the sand's not hot. We're through all the prickly things, you know. And I'm like, I'll take them off here. And she said, oh yeah, you're right, I'll take mine off here too. And she about falls on the other side of the dune. Like, she's grabbing for me as she's falling. Like, she's gonna take me down with her. So she, oh my gosh, at this point, like, she's just a klutz, I swear. And so we continue off the dune down to the beach, and then she's laying out the blanket, and she laid it down right next to a crab hole, and I tell her, I'm like, just so you know, if something crawls across you, it's probably a crab, you know, there's a hole. She's like, oh, no, we'll move it. So she moved it. I said, well, now you're on top of a hole. She moved it again. I think we finally got it to where we weren't on one. And we go to sit down on her, like, beach blanket thing she has. And she said, ow, something poked me in the butt. I'm thinking it's like a crab trying to come out of the hole or something. And she goes, like, not even half a second later, she puts her hand down to try and brace herself because something just poked her butt. And she jerks her hand back, saying, like, she just got stabbed. Well, it was one of those, like, sticker burr things. Oh, my gosh. I guess they attached to her when she fell the first time and probably knocked off when she was shaking out the blanket. But it was just hilarious. And then my two brothers that were with us, because they're kind of the older of the kids. One is, like, 12, I think, and the other one is turning 17 here in like a week or so. And so I guess they thought we were going on a night walk, even though we told them, like they asked what we were doing. We're like, gonna go eat our dinner. And they don't listen because, you know, boys don't listen apparently, or children don't listen. I don't know, take your pick. And so after we sat down and started eating, here comes one of them with a flashlight coming down. And I'm thinking, oh, that's the older one. I'm like, you know, I guess he decided to come eat with us, or he's done and just wants to come chill or something. And so he comes down and he starts running, and it turns out it was the 12-year-old, and he tricked us because, you know, we thought it was the older one. Well, as he's coming down and around, my cousin that I'm eating with, she looks behind me and she said, "Oh my gosh, who's that? Who is that? Look, who is that?" And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I turn around, I'm like, I don't know, just somebody walking the beach, I guess. And okay, this guy, he's got his arms behind his back. He's slowly creeping up, like looking around, like he's not all there, just, you know, I don't know what he was doing. And he gets closer and I'm like, oh, that's my other brother. I'm like that's Dom, you know, from our podcast, if y'all have watched that. Like, yeah, that's just Dom. He's a creeper, don't worry about it. She had her so freaked out. Every person that passed us after that, she was like, who's that? Who's this? What are they doing? Where are they going? She was so paranoid. Oh my gosh. And there were like these kids out with red flashlights, and she didn't understand why. And I had to explain to her, like, which if you guys don't know, the red lights on the beach, sorry if it gets loud for a second, there's more lawn mowing, you know, hot days and all. So if you have a red light on the beach, it's because you don't want to distract turtles. Because when turtles hatch, they go towards the light of the moon and like it reflecting off of the ocean water and stuff. And that's a white light. And so if you use red, you don't distract them and make them, you know, come in other directions that they shouldn't and get caught in holes and eaten by birds and whatever. So we saw several people with red lights. And when we went on our walk after we ate, because we took everything back up and she grabbed her phone to try and take night pictures, and my mom was like, be careful of coyotes because they do have a lot of them in this area. And so we were going out and we were like, she was kind of panicking for that too. She's like, well, what if there's a coyote? Like, you should go ask those people if they've seen one, because we'd see like random people on the beach. And I'm like, well, we don't need to ask them. She said, but what if we see someone dead on the side of the beach? So I said, well, I guess that means the coyote's full and we don't have to worry. She took that as a good sign and was like, well, yeah, I guess you're right. Okay. So when we got to the other side of the pier for our walk, because we walked down that direction, since we don't normally do that direction a lot when we go for walks, because my stepdad likes going the other way, we got past the pier and there were so many freaking crabs. Oh my gosh. There were like hundreds of just like little tiny ghost crabs and little black crabs and just crabs galore. And so I tried to not step on crabs. I did see a sand flea run out in front of us though. But I didn't really see much else, thankfully. So she was flipping out on all the crabs. She was like doing little dances because she thought she saw something move. It was funny. And she was trying to make it fun by doing like truth or dare. And we couldn't really, because, I mean, there's there's not much you can really truth or dare at night. Well, she tried to dare her. Sorry, there's another lawnmower. Hang on a sec, guys. I don't know how well you all can hear me over it, so I'm just gonna give me like 30 seconds to pass him. I'll try and walk faster for you guys. Gosh, it's so loud. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Why don't we go chill out the park for a little bit, and then I won't have to worry about lawnmowers. So we'll do that. Okay. Looks like the mic sound has gone down a little bit, so maybe that helped. I don't know. Oh, now we're getting up to somebody weed eating. Oh my gosh. Sorry guys, bear with me for a second. We're almost to the park, and then we won't have to deal with all the loud crazy noise. Then I'll tell you guys all about the crazy dares. Oh, he was polite and stopped it as I was going by. That's a rarity nowadays. Okay, so should be quiet enough. So she kept trying to play truth or dare with us because she wanted her boyfriend or whatever he is to jump into the ocean like skinny dip at night. And of course, because there's others there, she was like, just like in your boxers, we'll make it family friendly. And so he was like, no, I'm not doing that. I'm not jumping in there. Chicken. And hey, thanks. Welcome. Yeah, I'm trying to stream during my lunches at work now, so that way I can actually do daily streaming for the most part. So it's going to be around 1 Eastern every day, if I can handle it. But if I cancel, I usually say it in Discord. So feel free to join Discord if you're not already, and then you can know when we cancel. If something comes up or if it's too freaking hot out, because oh my gosh, it's hot. But so she was trying to dare him to like skinny dip in the ocean at night, and he was not having it. He wasn't going to do it. And then of course we couldn't dare my brother to do it because he was in his PJs, and well, if he came back soaking wet, I'm sure Mom would be upset. So nobody got to go skinny dipping. Oh, darn. She tried to dare us to go on the pier, even though the pier entrance is at, like, a resort. And, it's, like, locked off after dusk, I think. Or dusk? Yeah. After dusk. And so we'd have to, like, climb. And she couldn't even touch the sign, like, jumping. So there was no way we were going to do that. Oh, I'm Kozumi. See written here, right on my shirt. Right there. It's basically the word for cosmic in Japanese, kozumiku, just without the ku at the end. I thought Kozumi sounded cute, so that's what I'm going with. I actually have multiple VTuber characters because I use a lot of my OCs and stuff for them. So instead of like being these others that change outfits a lot, which I do need to update my outfit because it's not Year of the Snake anymore. But instead of that, like I change avatars and characters. So like this one is Kozumi, which is basically me as an animated character. With purple eyes. I used to have green, but I updated the avatar since. And then, like, here, I'll see if I can show you the other ones. Change avatar. Maybe. There we go. Okay. And I'm not sure whose is whose, so let's see. It'll be a surprise to us all. Okay, this one is, Miki, but in her Final Fantasy Fridays outfit, because I do want to try and continue Final Fantasy Friday streams. I did do some modifications on my computer, so hopefully those gaming streams won't lag anymore. I have not tested it out yet, though, just because life has been so hectic. But I hope to test that out soon. And then, let's see. This one is Kiba, which is not his final design. And I also, when I stream with these, I try to use different voices for them. I'm not going to do it right now, just because I'm just showing the models. But I do try to use different voices for them, because I thought it would be fun as well. But, yeah, so this is definitely not his final design. This is very, very rough. Yeah, so. And then I have his sisters. I'm not sure which one this is. Hold on. Okay, Kiki. This one is Kiki. Miki and Kiki are twins, which are his sisters. She is very, like, bubbly and outgoing and optimistic, but also a klutz. And she does a lot of the, like, exercise videos and stuff like that I've got on my YouTube. Hence why she's kind of in like a gym uniform. See? Oh, there we go. Now you guys can see her. And then this one, I think, is Miki's regular outfit. There's no picture, so I'm not sure. Hold on. Yeah, okay, this one's Miki's regular outfit, which, like I said, she's the other twin. She is very techie and quiet and an otaku. She's kind of like a kudere, you know, mixed with a tsundere a little bit. And I go all in on details with characters and animations and things. So, like, if you look on the collar, it's binary code and actually says something. So there is 1,000 points for grabs for someone who can, the first person who can decipher what Miki's outfit says. If I recall, I think it says the same thing, like, repeated. So I don't think the sleeves and legs and stuff say anything different. I think it's just the same thing, like, repeated over and over. But she also has a sense of humor, hence the access granted on the front and the access denied on the back. Also, for those of you that don't know, points are kind of a fun thing we do here that I can give you in streams or in video comments, like on YouTube or in posts from Instagram or TikTok or Twitter, or in Discord, just for anything I feel like giving them to you for. So you could have some sort of sarcastic comment that makes me laugh hysterically, and I can give you points for that. Or you could win, like, some sort of pop quiz that we do in Discord, or just being the first person to comment and get a cookie. Or anything, basically. But what I plan to do, see, right now it's just accumulation time for points. But what I plan to do is when I get my merch done and set up, I plan to have a sort of, like, discount based on points. And I can go in as long as I put the word points in there in whatever I'm typing, in like the comment or post or Discord or wherever, which I make sure to do. If I put in points and search along with like your username or whatever, I can count up how many points you have and you can use those as discounts for merch. So I thought that would be fun. Also, I'm planning on doing some secret points that you can find on the site that I had started, but then the place I was creating the site through are like changing stuff that they're doing, so I might have to try and rework all that. Also, I do have two other models. Hang on, wherever they're at. So those are the twins and Kiba. Kiba was the boy. I don't think I ever told you his name. My bad. Which he's going to do a lot of cooking streams. and cooking videos on YouTube when I start those for like food from anime and manga, which I thought would be fun. This here is Mayuki. And everybody does have first and last names. So Kiba is Kiba Kurosaki. Miki and Kiki are also Kurosaki because they're his younger sisters. I'm actually writing a light novel for them, so I hope to publish that soon too. This is Mayuki Yue. And, no wait, yeah, Mayuki Yue, yeah. And she is like my pop idol one. She wears basically black and white only, ever. And she is like, she's the one that does like music and dancing videos on YouTube and hair stuff and other healthy eating things. Hey, you just joined Discord. Woo, thank you. Also, if any of you guys sub or like do bits or follows or anything, because I multi-stream on YouTube and Twitch, if you guys do any of that while I'm doing these walking streams, as of right now, I cannot see them. So thank you if you have, and thank you if you plan to. I hope to get that fixed soon, so I can actually see you guys do all that stuff on here, especially redeems, because I cannot see those right now. And those of you on Twitch, I do have redeems to change the avatar that I'm using to any of these characters, if you like a certain one better. My default one is Kozumi, though, which her name is Kozumi Usei, which roughly translates to, like, cosmic raindrop, or something like that. And I thought it just sounded cool. So, and then I have one more avatar that is made, which is Nyx. And he is actually my D&D character that I wanted to make into an avatar. So this is him. He is supposed to be extremely tiny, like that, like he is a fairy. But he's like a pirate fairy, and he has an accent. So his accent. By the way, I'm going to start walking back towards work. Because it is past time for me to be back. Whoops. Lost track of time. And so he does a lot of my, like, did you know videos, which I only have, like, 1 or 2 out on YouTube right now. I plan to do some more. But again, life has just been so freaking hectic. I finally got someone to help me manage my social medias, so that will help quite a bit, which, if any of you have ever wondered, if you've looked on there and you've seen that I have liked my own comment, like gave it a heart, that is so that way you all know that is actually me responding to it. Because at one point I did have my sister, who was my social media manager at the time, kind of interacting with some people in the way that I would. But I do it so that way you guys know when it's actually me or when it's like me as the brand. So you'll know if you're actually talking to me, if you're talking to like my crew, so to speak. Because I think it adds more. And at this point, she's not able to really help me as much anymore, and this new social media manager I have, he's one of my friends from high school, and I'm not having him do that anyway, but just, I've kind of gotten in the habit, and I'm just sticking with that so you guys know it's actually me responding to you, because I do try to respond to everybody, every comment, every question, every post you all may tag me in, because I think that's important, and I don't want to end up being like one of those that just passes it off. So like if it's something that like my sister had responded to at the time as me, I had already approved it, but then like I'll go in there and I'll be like, yes, this is what, like, yes, I'm approving this, and then you'd know, you know. So but yeah, so let me show you the original Kozumi here. I think I have her in here. Oh, not that one, not that one. 1, 2, 3. I think this one, maybe? Oh, yeah, okay, so this is my original model for Kozumi. Very colorful, as you can see. And as I was saying with details, like the shoes for both this model and the updated one are, gosh, oh my gosh, come up. What? Where are you going? Get back here. Okay, fly off into the sunset then. So they are Galaxy. Kind of. Like, they're not really Galaxy, but they're more like night, starry sky. But they have you guys on the soles. So those of you that don't know, chommies are what I call you all. They are little mischief makers. Chommy stands for chaotic minion. They come in different colors. The one on the bottom of these is gosh, okay. I can't refocus myself. The one on the bottom of these is Zada, and there is a purple one, blue and purple that shows up a lot. That is Miji. Okay, there we go. And yeah, so I am actually creating an app right now too, by the way. That's kind of like those health pet apps, but it's going to be like a mix of that and Tamagotchi and a little something extra for you guys that you can create your own chommy, your own colors and stuff, and interact with others. And I don't know, I thought it would be fun. And yes, nice to meet you too, by the way. Sorry, I saw that comment, but I was rambling. And sorry for all the car sounds and stuff. Like I said, I'm walking back to work now, so it might get a little louder. Yeah. But this stream has been fun. Hopefully when we go back to the beach in September, I can do an IRL stream for you guys of the beach as we walk down it. Sadly didn't get to this past time, but, you know, things happen. Yeah. So I may stream tomorrow. I may not, because I still have to get my arm. I may end up doing that tomorrow. We'll see. I will let you guys that are in Discord know kind of what's going on. Yeah. So thank you all for showing up. Love and appreciate you all. And it was fun chatting with you. Let's see. Can I... Hold on. Wait a minute. Here we go. Let me find it. Shoot. Come back. That's not what I need. There we go. Okay. Alright. I found the wave. Bye, guys.